Alright, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name is Elliott with Rickety Ski Reviews, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Normally we're reacting to ski reviews, and we're going to get back to that. You should see that kind of content in the next day or two, but for right now, we're going to try something different, okay? We're going to talk about ski gear, and then we're going to talk about some of the best deals that you can buy right now. I'm going to run through my new jacket, one of the jackets that I bought, how much I paid, why I kind of picked that, why I upgraded my jacket at all. But first, kind of a hot new thing I've seen, these new boots that I tried. They're called the Lange Shadow. I got a sneak peek at one of the local shops and was able to test them, put them on. Obviously I can't ski on them, but I was able to get a first look at the boot, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. So without further ado, let's jump into it. It's kind of a premium, expensive boot by Lange. It's called the Lange Shadow 120 MV. It retails for about $200, $250 more than the base like Lange LX series. Lange claims that it's going to kind of revolutionize the way that ski boots work, using these two kind of new technologies. It's got one, the suspension blade. Here, let me get my boot and I'll show you. What they're claiming is that they're gonna have 2 points of pivot to help kind of alleviate pressure points when you're flexing the boot. The other thing that they're claiming is that there's going to be a suspension blade. What they're basically doing is that if you're familiar with full suspension mountain bikes, there's kind of a suspension blade that flexes when the whole mountain bike flexes. What Lange is claiming that's gonna happen here is that you've basically got like a rotating kind of, you almost have like what looks like a bar here, and then that kind of suspension pivots and turns with that brake point. What it's supposed to allow you to do is create more leverage in the ski, like being able to flex the ski easier, create more leverage from the boot to the binding to the ski. It's supposed to be this big new thing that's supposed to change how much leverage you can get out of the ski when you flex it, how much you get out of the boot. When I went into the shop, what the people had told me as well, it's supposed to create less tension points in the toe box. If you're familiar with race boots, it's where these boots always break. Mine always crack like right here. So what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to relieve tension here and allow the whole kind of open area to flex better, rather than just kind of having a bunch of tension right here towards the middle. That didn't come directly from Lange, that just came from the guys who had Lange educate them on them. So take that with a grain of salt. Now again, that's just what Lange is telling us it's gonna do. Now let me tell you what I think, and I'm gonna be totally honest with you. How do I put this gently? Okay, I'm someone who's been skiing in Lange boots for the last like 20 years. More, maybe longer, God knows. Lange boots just always fit my feet. I've tried at Mount Hood to try every other possible different ski boot. You name it, and I've tried it. And as someone who has been a lifetime Lange boot skier, someone who actively uses the more basic model, the Lange LX 120, and someone who actually put these Lange Shadows on my feet and flex them, I couldn't tell the difference. I couldn't tell the difference. When I went from like my old race boots to these boots, I could feel the difference. These felt more responsive. My old ski boots were just worn out. When I've changed boots from something that was the wrong flex to the right flex, I felt it. When I've gone from a boot that didn't totally fit to a Lange, I felt the difference. I can feel it in the shop. This felt like a bunch of baloney. I couldn't feel the difference in the flex. I didn't feel any smoother flex. In fact, the Shadow's flex felt less smooth than my traditional ski boot. It felt like there were too many points of contact. You didn't get like a smooth flex. You almost break the little flex point, flex the boot, and then have a little bit more beyond that. It felt janky. It did not feel good. Now, I haven't skied on these, to be fair, okay? I just tried them on in the shop. That doesn't give you the full experience, so maybe there is some leverage that I am not getting that I would get out of the ski. But as someone who just tried them on the store, I gotta tell you, I couldn't tell any difference. They didn't feel any better. Honestly, these felt worse than my boots. And this isn't just because my boots are broken in. These were like going from an LX 120 to a Shadow. I can tell you, the footbeds almost felt tilted outward. Like that felt weird. It wasn't a lot, but it was very subtle. They felt less comfortable than my Lange LX 120s. The flex didn't feel as smooth. I'm trying to just be honest here because that's what my channel is about. You know, I was ready to love them. I actually am in the market. I need new ski boots, right? I've had these for 2, maybe 3 years, but I'm skiing like 75 days a year, so I'm wearing them out a little bit quicker. Well, the Shadow, this is a good year to upgrade. I'll go and get something that's new and kind of exciting, and I was not impressed. They didn't feel right, the flex didn't feel as even, and for being like an extra 50% more than the LX 120s, even when they're not on sale, just like the base, that is a lot of extra money. So Lange, this is an open invitation to you. You don't need to send me like free boots or whatever, but if you want to send me a pair to test, I'm a 27.5, okay? I take a 120 flex, send me a pair of test boots and let me get them on snow. Again, maybe I'm missing something on snow, but I'm not gonna spend that much money to test it out. And I think what's interesting about Lange, and Lange is very particular about what kind of changes they make to their boots, and I find it very interesting that these shadows weren't just the LX 120, like the new version, right, where they just have this technology and they implement it to all boots, that they're kind of testing out with this branch, because I was not impressed with it. And I have a feeling that maybe other people in the company have this inkling as well. Let's summarize. Should you go out and buy a pair of Lange Shadow boots? I don't know. I will say this, don't buy them sight unseen, and I say that about all ski boots, but especially these. These are very expensive. These retail at $750. I would not go out and just buy these without trying them on. I was like ready to buy them. I was like, okay, I ski a lot. You know, if this is really a game changer, maybe I should be skiing on this. Try them out. They didn't feel right to me. Make sure you really like buckling them down and you're flexing them. I have a whole video on how to fit yourself for boots and what to look for with flex. Check that out, I'll link it below. But just a warning, my first impression with the Shadow 120 was not super positive, and I was really surprised. And in fact, if I do have to buy new boots, I'm probably gonna just buy another pair of LX 120s, because those work perfect for me. So that was my assessment. Maybe I need to go back and try the Salomons and Atomics. It's been like a decade. Maybe the foot has kind of changed. They're never bad boots. I know people that love them. It's just Lange fits my foot. It's like the same with running shoes. I have like New Balance and Brooks. That fits my foot. And the Lange fits my foot as well. And I really hope they don't get rid of my LX 120 for the Shadow, because boy, was I unimpressed. There you have it. That's my first impressions. If you guys are thinking about the Shadow, maybe this is some helpful information for you. Let's jump into the rest of the video. All right, let's talk something that's a little bit more fun. About 2 or 3 years ago, I bought this jacket. I have a whole video about it. I bought the DC Haven jacket, and I was super happy with it. It is a snowboarding jacket. Nice long arms, powder covers to keep my wrists warm, snow skirt, lots of pockets, lots of like holes for headphones to go through. Love the large hood. Been very, very happy with this jacket, and I will continue to use it. Actually, I'm gonna keep it and hang on to it. The reason that I decided to get a new jacket was because when on really like wet days or cold days where it was really windy, this jacket would have moisture, like snow melt on it and then refreeze, and especially by my core, I would just have layers of ice, like where my jacket had just kind of iced over because it couldn't keep the snow off of it. And especially on days where it was wet or if it started to rain at all, it would cut right through the jacket. This jacket is great, especially on a warm day. It's not super insulated, which is fine with me because I actually need ventilation. I'm a very warm person when I ski. But however, on a really cold day, this jacket kept me warm enough, like my core warm enough, and I could pack layers of fleece and everything, but when it got really wet and cold, it really did not do a good job keeping the moisture out. And in fact, that's some of the best snow days. So I'd like have this great powder, but eventually like after 2-3 hours, I'd have to come in and kind of de-thaw because just you'd have like layers of ice all along my core. Decided to upgrade a little bit, get myself a jacket so that on the big powder days, I'm gonna be able to keep that moisture out. Yeah, it's the Volcom L Goretex jacket. I'm looking back, this DC jacket set me back about $170 because I bought it in the off season. Again, now's like the time to shop for things. And this Volcom Goretex jacket on sale was about $190. So that's the DC Haven jacket. I'll link the video below where I kind of run in more detail as to why I like that jacket. It also talks a lot about why I buy snowboarding equipment, at least for the jacket, snow pants, things like that. And to give you a short summary here, I just think the snowboard gear is like better made. It's more comfortable. It's got like a lot of amenities that ski jackets don't have. I don't know. I think ski jackets have gotten better, but there was a time where they just looked super dorky, and snowboard equipment was really nice. Let's get into the Volcom jacket now. All right, as I said earlier, this is the Volcom L Goretex. Got this insulation layer on the inside. This is my first time trying it on, so this is a live reaction. And like I always tell you guys, the summer or late summer is the best time to buy a ski gear. Everybody's trying to move inventory out of the way so they can get next year's stuff for the 2024 season. So if you're looking for jacket, some ski boots are on sale, or skis especially. Now's the time to buy it. Get it while you can, because for a lot of things it's the same stuff, just different colors, and you can get some really good deals right now. I'm gonna try not to move in the jacket too much while I talk because it is super loud and crinkly. Okay, first impressions, it's really comfortable. The fit feels perfect. I love how long the arms are. It covers kind of my backside. Typically when I bend over, I kind of have like some exposed skin on my lower back. This jacket fits perfectly. Nice hood over the top. The tape zippers are an improvement from my old jacket. Man, these snowboarder jackets also just feel so much more comfortable when you move. Ski jackets, at least historically, can feel really stiff. I feel like I have a ton of range of motion and it doesn't feel really stiff and rigid. So obviously the real test will be putting it in the snow, putting it in harsh conditions, seeing how that Gore-Tex holds up. I mean, that's really the reason I got this other jacket, because that one back there is really comfortable. I love skiing in it, but it just doesn't have the waterproofing. So for like 6 out of 10 days, it was fine. But on the really big like storm days where you really don't want to be inside, you want to be skiing that fresh powder, I had to keep going in. So yeah, and again, like I don't know if I need to mention this or not, but I'm not sponsored by Volcom, I'm not sponsored by Evo, I'm not sponsored by anyone. This is just the jacket I bought for like 170 bucks while it was really cheap. Got myself a nice Gore-Tex jacket. Just giving you my initial reaction. Sorry, I move a lot when I talk, and I don't want you to have to hear that, so. The color's kind of funny. I was worried it would look white, but no, this is like a nice kind of off blue. Very cool. The other reason I really like snowboard jackets, boom, you get your face covered. You can keep the wind and the elements off of your face. The fit feels great. Great price, very happy with the price, very happy with the color, the way it looks, the style, but most importantly, I'm really comfortable with the fit and all of the ways that it kind of keeps snow from getting inside. The only thing I would maybe dock this for on points if I was reviewing it right now is that Volcom's not a super sustainable brand. Typically, I like to go with Patagonia or companies like that, but none of their clearance stuff was in my size, so, you know, or budget. Their stuff gets pretty expensive quickly. I really like supporting brands like Patagonia where they're ethically made and they're also use environmentally friendly materials. Typically what I like to go for, but I ski so much that like the fit is really important to me. Being able to keep snow and everything out is really important to me. You know, I wish Volcom was a more ethical company, but as far as the quality of the jacket, I like it so far. Fit is excellent, style is excellent. We'll see how the material holds up over the winter, but so far so good. Oh, speaking of Evo, you know what's really funny? I was watching YouTube and there was a sponsored video that was sponsored by Evo that was like 6 weeks old and had like half as many views as mine. I don't know, maybe it's time to get sponsored. I thought that was really funny. Like, I'm not sponsored at all. I just like making these videos and want to tell my honest opinion about ski products. And I think these kind of jackets are a good deal. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to show you guys some appreciation. I really am blown away that you guys have taken an interest in my content, and I've loved making it for you. So that concludes the video for today. If you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps my channel out, but it also helps make sure you get the content kind of in as I make it. But more than anything, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for watching this. I really enjoy making this kind of content. And yeah, as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.